Davies, who you'll recognize from the film, is a teacher and creative director for Mr. Doodle. Morgan, where are you? And Mr. Doodle himself, Sam Cox. Please welcome Sam Cox. And I hand things over to Lawrence Carter-Long.
Thank you, Isaac. Hello, ReelAbilities. How are ya? Hi, guys.
Hey, hello.
How you feeling?
Yeah, great. It was really great watching with you guys, and it was an amazing audience. You know, we've never had everyone laugh so much, and I just love that. It felt like you guys really enjoyed it, so I really appreciate that. Thank you.
So, there's so much. How do we start? Where do we start? Every movie has an origin story, all right? Has a beginning. You sort of alluded to it a little bit, but we didn't get into detail. So I'd like to get into a little bit more of the roots of the story, if that's okay. Morgan, your relationship goes back with Sam 20 years or so, right? Is that correct?
Almost, yeah.
Almost 20 years. And not as an artist and a manager, but as a teacher and a student is how it started. Now, that long arc of a collaboration speaks to the importance of trust. And I'd say mentorship and mutual growth. How did that foundation shape the film? And how did you navigate the decision to invite the world into something so personal? So let's start with the first part, and then we'll go with the second part, if that's okay.
Well,
Let's start with the easy ones.
yeah, thank you for that. I'm not too sure whether our relationship shaped the film entirely. I think that our relationship is one that I think it shows what if you recognize people's individuality and people's difference, and you embrace it and celebrate it and drive forward with it, then you can achieve pretty much anything. And I think it's about finding people. I'm going to be emotional.
That's okay. We allow
it's
it.
tricky
We're
for
all
us.
about that here. I'll get choked up 3 times.
I think it's about finding people in your life who you can stick with and who will help you on your way to achieving things, really, and not kind of like putting any limits on anything, and realizing you can just go out there regardless of what challenges get thrown at you. You can overcome it together, and that's what he's done. And yeah, I'm very proud of it. I mean, what art teacher wouldn't be proud of finding a student who is so passionate? You know, usually I spend my time just trying to persuade somebody to do a drawing.
What to do your own
Let
drawing?
alone somebody who turns around and goes, "Sir, what do you think about the idea of doodling a house? Could you imagine that? And, would you join me on that journey?" I mean, it's what every art teacher's dream is made of. Yeah, and I'm the lucky one who had that. Yeah, so yeah.
So Sam, and think about this now, as I was watching the film again, going back through the journey, right? At first, the art was something that was yours. It was, something that was very personal, right? Mr. Doodle kind of emerges. The internet happens. The clicks go up, right? You go through this incredible journey, and one that's difficult to put into words, right? And then they make a movie about it. Right? So, I don't know if you're like me, but when I watch a movie, especially one I really like, I go through that film and I'm sort of living it over again, right? So what was that like? You mentioned it a little bit. It was great to have it with this audience. It's been a little bit of time now. Talk a little bit about that journey and that process for you.
Yeah, I mean, the first time we saw the film, it was, really emotional. I think we all struggled to keep it together at times because it's such a personal thing that we're all involved in. I mean, when I was in the hospital, I spoke to Morgan on the phone, and it was like it was a really scary time, really weird time. Sometimes, you know, like I say in the film, sometimes really happy points about what happened as well. It's very difficult to describe. It's like a really odd dream, basically. But like watching it for the first time, yeah, it was really just very different to anything we'd ever, you know, seen, because it's so about like what happened. But after watching it again and again, you just start to see it differently. It's very good for us to like reflect, for me to like reflect on it. It's very therapeutic to make the film, because like, you know, having like an hour a week with a therapist for a period of time is helpful, but sitting down for like 6 hours like every day or something to be talking to filmmakers, and they're really like digging into it, every reason why something might have happened or why I do what I do and everything about everything. It just made me like understand myself so much better, and understand like why what happened, and to just kind of live with that and navigate our way forward. So it's a very reflective experience, but I just love like when we can all like laugh at, you know, things and stuff. It's so great to be able to just smile and find humour in things, and I really love those parts of the film. And yeah, that's why it's really amazing to share with you guys, because like sometimes we've had screenings of the film, but sometimes it's people don't know whether they can react to certain stuff, but I just love like how everyone like embraced it, and we've never had like laughter at certain points or like clapping at certain points. It's really nice, so thank you guys, thank you so much.
I want to follow up on that, because, you know, one of the core ideas that we got to lean into here at ReelAbilities is how creative expression can be a tool for self-definition, right? And it's the epitome of that, really. And for many, especially neurodivergent creators, you know, art isn't just something that they do, it's something that helps them process and communicate and connect. And so what has the art of doodling allowed you, Sam, to access, sort of emotionally or mentally, that things like words or traditional structures simply don't do?
Yeah, I mean, when you find something that you love in life, like a thing that you do, and you can kind of lose yourself in it, lose sense of time and space, and you just feel like you're connected to something in a different realm, you just feel like you're doing the right thing at that time. You feel you found a purpose, and different people find it at different stages, or they might find it in one instance and it'll come back or something like that. But I'm so fortunate to be able to find that exact thing, and for me it's like it's great. Like I love it. Like I'm sure you can tell, but like I really love like drawing so much. You know, it's done so much.
Yeah, I think we got that part.
But I mean, it's you know, it's nice to meet people, and it's always like happy encounters with people. You know, you shake their hand and they ask about like the house or what I do, and like I love talking to people. It's really allowed me to like just explore the world, I guess. And I would never have had that opportunity without like finding it. And you know, I couldn't have done it without Morgan. You know, like it's an incredible like inspiration to me. So we're just really happy to be here. So thank you.
Thank you. You open the door, so we've got to do it. We've got to talk a little bit about the Doodle House, all right? So, watching this again, the Doodle House is both an art project and a home, right? And it's an immersive environment where is there any corner untouched?
There's one tiny bit that I've left, just a tiny bit. But when my son's old enough, he'll be able to reach and just do that little bit. So.
That'll be his.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. And so how does this weaving together of home and project upend what we think art should look like? I'm curious to dig into, you know, people have this idea, art is over here, life is over there. What do you think this could inspire in a world more willing to embrace art, neurodiversity, and the creative impulse?
Well, like we think in the where we work, you know, we have like Morgan and my dad and my brother. It's a small team. It's like it's all family, and my granddad's involved, and obviously my wife Elena in the film. And we all think like art should be very accessible. We love doing things where it's not, like we love doing things in galleries and museums, but also like on the streets and on things that just live in people's houses and like take over people's houses in a sense, sometimes more than others in ways, like in certain instances, but we just love that like everyone should be able to experience art, shouldn't feel like they can't be a part of art. We love that accessibility, and a lot of what we do, things we end up doing, is all about kind of breaking that boundary between like someone who feels like they can't like access something, you know, and we want to be able to bring like this to as many people who want to enjoy it, and that's why I also think it's great to have the internet and be able to share it to people around the world, because it's impossible to meet everyone, do this in front of everyone, but we just love to share, really. I don't know if that answers the question, but I kind of lost myself.
Yeah, I think so. Morgan, anything to add there?
The Doodle House is like the epitome of the world's best lived workspace, isn't it? I love seeing Alfie, my godson, and Sam's and Elena's young baby, who draws now all over the house, and Dad can't exactly say, could he not do that? So, you know, from the earliest age possible, you know, he's being inspired, and I think that kind of epitomizes it really, you know, like sort of Sam's inspiration to so many young artists, and you know, young people will see what Sam is doing, and hopefully kind of, you know, sort of build their own dreams as a result of it, and you know, anybody can make art, you know, and I think like doodling in Sam's style is so accessible, and it breaks down sort of barriers, and it breaks down worries, and the things that might make people kind of hesitate or hold back from it, and yeah, I think the Doodle House is a shining example of that.
It redefines the whole concept of life-work balance, doesn't it? Yeah, you know.
We're still looking for that.
Is it okay we get into mental health stuff just a little bit? Because I one question I wanted to get into a little bit. See, clearly it seems that when things started, mental health might not have been one of the primary focuses of the topics or the areas to explore in the film, but it kind of worked out that way, right? And you know, it emerges as a subtle, sort of compelling thread throughout the film. What strikes me seeing it again is the middle way, if you will, between sort of obsession or discarding, disregarding, is sort of embracing it all, inviting it all in, and you know, you create something new in that approach to counterbalancing it and to honoring everything. Right now, it takes a while to get there. Right, the journey's not always easy. But what would you say about that now, coming out on the other side?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I wouldn't change anything. It's like it's very hard to think about what life would be like if things hadn't happened the way they've happened. I'm just grateful for, you know, every day to be able to do like the things we do, to see people and to live like the life that I live. And everyone has a struggle of some kind. I think there's no one who hasn't got some kind of struggle. People struggle more than others, and some people have struggles now and then and things. But to kind of just like find something that like helps you get through stuff, or embracing something that's like different about yourself, and just kind of going with that, and doing the best you can, like living the best life you can, and trying to reach your potential is only something we can all strive for, I think, you know.
That's fantastic. I've talked enough. We've got somebody wandering around, people with microphones. If the folks here in the audience have things you'd like to ask, please let us know. They're waving it. I've got one more question though that I'll leave you back with. At ReelAbilities, we know that inclusion means more than access. It's about an invitation, it's imagination, it's improvisation, creating platforms where people can be 100% themselves on their own terms. And what do you hope audiences take away from the film? You know, beyond the spectacle of the art or your fantastic personality, right? And the people in it. Like, what does it mean for you to have this story shared in such a public and inclusive form?
Yeah. Well, it's incredible, you know, to be able to share this with everyone, you know, and different audiences, different places, and people seeing it, especially in a setting like this where you can hear it and it's immersive the way it's kind of intended to be. And I guess, I mean, I never really hoped for anything necessarily when I draw. It's really, it sounds selfish, but it's a thing for myself. Like, I really love that process, I mean, it's great. It's a great feeling for me when people also enjoy that too, and they get something from that. But I never really try and aim for something to happen, you know, with terms of an audience. And with this film, I wanted the directors to do what they do best, you know, allow me to draw, but I wanted to give them the space to tell the story they thought was the best story to tell, and I could only help by, you know, giving them animations in between sections, and I loved working on them with, you know, the rocket ship and things like that, and I love that fun, and I hope that people get a sense of fun from it, I guess, if anything, and just see something like happy in it. Yeah.
Fantastic. Yeah.
I think when we first watched the film, Sam and I and Sam's mum and dad together, we really did genuinely have no idea that the directors had taken it in the direction they took it in, and they prepared us very well. They showed the due diligence that, you know, that a director dealing with.
Yeah, do you want to talk about Jaimie and Ed real quick? I know we got to wrap up. But...
Yeah. We put a lot of trust in them, willingly. You know, we believed in them, and they sat down and they were very, very caring when we sat down. They prepared us for the fact that what we were about to see might be a bit sort of, you know, a bit tricky and difficult. At the end of it, they very much checked in with Sam that he was okay. And I think what has really sort of supported that going forward is the positive reactions that Sam and we've all received, you know, from audiences that watch the film, and it just really consolidates that they did the right thing, and it's something that Sam's very proud of, and it's been very positive in Sam's recovery, which is incredible.
Thank you. You know, part of this whole journey is to create us new possibilities and new worlds, and open up avenues that people may not have imagined or explored before. So I want to thank you both for inviting us, letting into your worlds, to sharing your worlds with us, and for bringing it to wider audiences like everybody here at ReelAbilities. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.